Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Saturday, September 17th. We got a 9-game slate. We're going to start with DraftKings. We're going to start with pitching, and it's going to be a quick video. I know I always say that it's going to be a quick video. There's another NFL video that's supposed to come out. Just a lot going on right now, as far as creating content for baseball, football, showdown, and a lot of the DFS community checked out of baseball 2 weeks ago, but some of us are still here, so we're just gonna keep pushing. We're starting with Ohtani. I got Ohtani projected for 11 more points than the next man. That's pretty self-explanatory. You play fantasy sports to get fantasy points, and you want to get as many fantasy points as you can. I'm playing Ohtani. There's nothing really spectacular I'm gonna point out about Ohtani. He's the best pitcher here. Now, not my second highest projected pitcher, but my second favorite pitcher is Zach Gallen, because he's been on a tear. Zach Gallen last 31, 32, 32, 21, and 42. That's DraftKings points. 12 strikeouts, 6 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, and 11 strikeouts. The thing with DFS, the thing with sports is like you gotta run the hot player. When somebody's hot, when somebody's locked in, when someone's in the zone, you gotta ride them. I'm playing Zach Gallen tomorrow. That's it. Bassett's in play against Pittsburgh. You can't look at Pittsburgh and be like, oh, they're a bad team. They'll F up any pitcher's good game. Oh, Cruz, Castro, Reynolds, they got guys in there that can hit the ball. So don't count out Pittsburgh and think that they're a bad team. Look, I watch the same shows you watch, and I know that they write off teams because they're not paying attention. They're worried about football. They're trying to get through the baseball video. They're telling you that players are bad when they're not. They're telling you that teams are bad when they're not. Listen, the team could be bad and still put up a lot of runs and mess up your pitcher. You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching other videos, you gotta really pay attention to what people are saying, and then you gotta check. You gotta check for yourself, because I've been seeing a lot of content creators saying that a player is bad when they're really good, or a player is good when they're really bad, and I know it's costing people money. The worst thing I will ever do is try to steer you away from a player that's having a bad time right now, on a bad streak, or not playing well. That's the worst thing I ever do. I'm never gonna tell you a good player is not good. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Ohtani's in play. Gallen's in play. Bassett's in play because it's Pittsburgh, but if I'm playing one lineup, I'm not playing Bassett. If I'm playing a few, I'll sprinkle him in. Woodruff, I don't think I'm messing with the Yankees right now. They're getting their groove back. Good for them. Urias is fine. I don't think I'm touching Musgrove. Two and 22. That's his fantasy points last 5 games. You do what you want to do with that information. But for me, I'm fading that. Kirby's in play against LA. I'm struggling LA, even though they have Trout and Ohtani, because usually when they hit home runs, it's home runs with nobody on base. I'm not really worried about that. Last 5 games, 7, 23, 26, and 20. Mr. George Kirby. 6 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts. He's good. He's a good pitcher. He's a good pitcher. After him, maybe Urquidy. No, actually, I'm not playing Urquidy. I watched him last week against the Braves, and he was looking a little shaky. Was it? No, with the Angels. I'm sorry. Crazy that game. 0.1 fantasy point. Then he had 32 the game before. Then he had 11, 23, and 19 fantasy points. I mean, you know, when we play these players in fantasy, you know, obviously we don't watch every single baseball game. But when you watch a game with these pitchers and you get to focus on them and you get to see their demeanor and their mannerisms, and nah, I'm good on Arcady. He don't look confident to me. That's just me. You want to play him? You can play him. It is Oakland. Let me see what I'm projected for. I have him projected Arcady. Arcady's in the middle of the bunch with everybody else, so nothing special here. But I'm not going to use my $7,700 on Arcady. That's just me. You want to play him? Have at it. Oakland's a little bit scary though, so don't sleep on Oakland. Tail on against Milwaukee. I don't think I'm going to mess with Milwaukee because they got those bats that just, you know, they're there. They don't always pop off, but they're there. They could mess you up. So I don't think I'm not messing with anyone under George Kirby, to be honest with you. You know, I don't play a lot of lineups to even be going down there. And if I'm gonna be paying for a pitcher, I want to pay for a pitcher that's gonna give me a shot. Those guys down there, you play those guys if you want to lose real quick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you want your night to be over in the first inning, you play those guys. But that's the type of guys those are. Listen, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I like Gallen a lot. Ohtani's been a little bit not spectacular, but his price did come down a little bit. The Padres seem to be a little bit better. I got 2 Padres in my DraftKings lineup, and I'm sweating right now. I'm barely cashing. Machado's doing nothing, and Kim is the only one saving me right now. But Padres seem a little bit better. But Gallen has been on it's actually a flip of a coin if I'm gonna play. Well, on FanDuel, it's gonna be a flip of a coin if I play Gallen or Ohtani. I'll see once I see the salaries. On DraftKings, it's gonna be hard to play both. But if I play 3 different lineups, maybe I'll go 2 lineups starting pitcher 1 Ohtani and 1 lineup starting pitcher 1 Gallen, and then I'll have my SP2. But I guess for video purposes, since some of you will tell, and I want to lead you down the right path, we'll take Ohtani. He's probably the safest. But listen, don't sleep on Seattle either. A lot of these teams, and Seattle's a good team, but a lot of these teams, even the bad ones, they're hitting now. You know, and they weren't hitting in the beginning of the season. They're hitting now, so you got to be careful with your pitcher. Just pay attention to matchups. I preach the same thing every video because it's important. That's how I win. Everything for me is a matchup. That's the beauty of baseball, matchups. You know, I keep saying it because, you know, it's important. All right, let's get to the bats. I think I'm definitely favoring the Mets. They have a great batting advantage. Cleveland, Houston. You can literally play Houston every slate, but you got to know which one to play. Odorizzi's awful, so Philly has an advantage. I like Milwaukee to target Talon. He's not that good. If you need to get to a few pieces of Oakland against Arcady, have at it. Like, there's no bats that's off the table really. I wouldn't even be mad if you got to a few bats from Seattle. I wouldn't really test Ohtani though. I wouldn't mess with Ohtani or Gallen, but everybody else. Or Nola maybe. Nola, I give him a little bit of respect, but it is Atlanta. And you know how Atlanta moves, so Alright, let's get some bats going. Alright, well, I'm going to New York. I'm picking up Polar Pete. He's popping for me. I like, and when I say somebody projects well for me, and then I say I like their batting advantage, it's two different sentences I'm saying, but that's already predetermined in the projection. Projections account for all these all these advantages are already accounted for in projections. So when I say I like a matchup, but it is already accounted for. So I like Pete Alonso a lot. Okay, and he projects very well. We're doing Polar Pete at first. We're gonna go to second base. We're gonna get the guy behind him. We're gonna pick up Jeff McNeil. He's 3,500. I think, where is he? Wait a minute. Oh, he's 4,500. What am I doing? Jeff McNeil, 4,500. So I got Alonso batting fourth. I got McNeil batting right behind him, which I want. You know, something happens, then if McNeil gets on base, when he gets on base, then I'm looking for Petey to bring him in with a home run. That's what I'm looking for. That's the purpose of the stat. A lot of people, I think people watch videos and they hear people say things and they don't understand why they're doing it. And they just repeat it, not knowing what's happening. The reason you're stacking a team is because you're trying to get every single point you can. It's like squeezing the ketchup out of that bottle. You know what I'm saying? The last of the ketchup. You're trying to get every little thing you can. The reason you stack, you're looking for Jeff McNeil to get a double or a triple. You're looking for Pete Alonso to get a home run. That way you get the home run, the 2 RBIs. Then you're getting Jeff McNeil with his hit and his run and his run for coming home. You're getting every single point you can. That's why we stack. I don't like paying up for this guy usually, but when I do a Met stat, I always start it off with the guy leading off. He is a little bit pricey, but they're in a good spot. So I got Nimmo, I got McNeil, I got Alonso. 1, 3, and 4. If you want to finish off that stack, you finish off that stack. You know what I'm saying? I need one more player, particularly value. I'm going to go to LA. And keep in mind, this video is coming out early. You know what I'm saying? So you got all day. You know, you got up until lock to find new value. Obviously, you get starting lineups. People that are not starting. You get all sorts of things that happen before lock. So, you know, just remember when you're watching this video, it's like 18, 19 hours before lock. So just keep that in mind. But right now, I like your Maniac. Last 5 games, 23, 0, 0, 17, and 8 fantasy points. And he's leading off. $2,200 on DraftKings leading off, with Trout and Ohtani in front of him. I don't think that I can ask for much more. You know what I'm saying? You know what $2,200 does for a leadoff batter that's been putting up decent results? That lets me do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be the start of my DraftKings lineup. We're going to go to pitching. We're going to go to FanDuel. And you know the drill. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell. Thumbs up. And when I say subscribe, I really mean subscribe, because I know we're winding down the baseball season, and The likes are going down, and they don't need to be going down right now. Thank you very much. So we're in the middle of the month. If there's anybody out there that needs help cashing in MLB or NFL, then take a look at the Patreon, linked in the description, or you can DM me on Twitter. We'll get you squared away. We already know. We already have an idea of what we're doing on this slate. FanDuel, we're just matching prices, just comparing prices right now. Ohtani's not the highest. He's not the most expensive pitcher, which is good. Nola's in play. Look, it is Atlanta. I'd rather go to Seattle than Atlanta, to be honest. And Zach Gallen against the Padres, even though they seem a little bit better, I'll still take Zach Gallen against the Padres. I'm not scared of the Padres. I am scared of the Yankees for some reason with Woodruff, and the Yankees aren't even good to me. I don't even know how they get on base. They're not good. But for FanDuel, I think we stick with Ohtani. Keep it simple. And let me run my crunch for FanDuel. So you guys just give me 1 second. I use a different monitor for every little thing that I do, so I could just look at it look at it quickly. So just bear with me. So okay, looks like we're going back to Alonso. Okay, so we're going to Alonso. He's probably going to be popular. Well, he's going to be popular, but I want to ride this wave with the Mets. And what you can do is get different outs. Always that. If the Mets are the highest or have the highest implied run total for the day, I'm not trying to fade them to be different. I'm trying to get those points and get different elsewhere. I'm not going to sacrifice points to be cute because they're going to be popular. Great, that's when my points are going to come in, and then I'll get different elsewhere. And one of my favorite things to do with DFS is find value. I love doing that because that's where you get different. We're going Alonso. We're going to shortstop. And I love going to Lindor when it makes sense. And it makes sense. So I got him batting second. I got Alonso batting fourth. Vogelbach is popping. Probably gonna hit a home run, but he gets pinch hit. So I don't like playing him. Juan Soto is popping. Juan Soto is so cheap. Juan Soto is cheap, but he hasn't been doing anything. Let's take a look at him real quick. I'm going to end this video, but let's just take a look at Juan Soto. My man is so bad that he's 2,700. And I don't even think he did anything today in this game. Last 5 games, 0, 6, 9, 3, 3. You go further than that, 9.4300. Like, yo, you're the great Juan Soto. Like, my man, what's happening? You're 2,700. I'm off of him. When he finds himself, then I'll pay him. For now, I'm good. So if you're using projections and optimizers, and Soto pops up, and you play him, and you get a 0, that's on you, because y'all know he ain't doing anything. I got Alonso. I got Lindor. I'll go back to Manite now as value until we get more value. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I just thought about it. I'm going to go Maniac. and then I'm gonna put the guy in front of him, and I think he projects. Let me see. Mike Trout is my highest projected batter on this slate. So I get my highest projected batter, the great Mike Trout. I get the guy in front of him at $2,300. I get Pete Alonso at $3,800, my second highest projected batter. I get a guy batting in front of him, the great Francisco Lindor. Then I have the great Ohtani. Like, what more can you ask for? What more can we ask for? So listen, that's my baseball video. NFL coming up next. Like this video. If there's someone you like on this slate, feel free to throw it in the comments. That's all I got for you. Hope you guys had a great day, and I'll see you guys in a few. Ciao.